Hey, it's the Erasmo. I'm late again. Erasmo, I'm a late again show, and I didn't mean to be late today. I was actually falling asleep, and that is going to be a very, very good excuse in order to keep the show short and try to stay awake. Let me say congratulations to Helen Ramirez, who has become the first female to be manager for the city of Brownsville. And again, uh, was not a unanimous vote. Um, good evening. Good evening. It was a 6 to 7 vote. She did have the votes. So congratulations. Good evening. Um, kind of a calm day today at the city of Brownsville. I meant to go to the meeting at 5 o'clock. I'm so glad I didn't. There wasn't much to discuss there. It was just basically a done deal. Um, kind of a calm day for a Monday. I had a lot of work that I needed to catch up on. Also, didn't make any trips to Matamoros, Tamaulipas. Stood around, stayed around for a while. Um, that's it. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm back finally from Sinaloa. How was Sinaloa? Wasn't isn't it dangerous up there in Sinaloa? Good evening, good evening. I'm planning a trip to Sinaloa. Definitely not in the January months. I am planning a trip to Sinaloa. Hopefully, in February. I will be there on the 15th through the 19th for Carnaval. They say it gets kind of cool, so we'll see what happens. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. What can you tell us about Mr. Ramirez? Not very much. Again, I don't have the pleasure, being that one of the things that about Helen Ramirez is that she did come in during the Noel Bernal administration. With that said, I can't pinpoint anything that has been accomplished during her time as a deputy city manager, and was she was interim city manager for a while. But again, there's nothing that I could pinpoint to say this is what I feel has been one of her accomplishments. Again, with that said, I will say that we always want to uh, applaud individuals once they've taken a position. And I make mention of that. Good evening. Good evening. I make mention of that only to say I hope she does well. One of the things that I think is important for us is this is a new step uh, for Helen Ramirez. And again, I think we as a community need to come together and, you know, uh, state, declare to her and to her staff that we want her to be very, very successful. One of the things that I think that I've shared, there's very little to say. So I'm not going to focus on, oh, well, she hasn't done anything for the city of Brownsville and call that a negative. I'm going to say that hopefully now that she does have the role of city manager, she'll be able to move the city forward. We need for Helen Ramirez to be all in there for the citizens of Brownsville. So my prayers are with Helen Ramirez, and I hope that I hope she does a great job. One of the things that happened during the meeting was uh, Commissioner Roy de las Chanclas was on the no side of the vote and voted no for Helen Ramirez. And again, that's his right as a city commissioner. It would have been a lot easier, I think, if he would have gone with the flow and said, well, I'm just going to vote unanimous. But he might have his reasons. After the vote was called, and the commissioners were starting to congratulate Helen Ramirez. One of the things that I noticed was Commissioner de los Santos was one of the first individuals out there to congratulate Helen Ramirez, and I think that's the right thing to do. you go out there and you wish Helen Ramirez well. Again, she is now our city manager, and she works for us. So again, uh, Godspeed, and I'm praying that maybe in the near future we'll be able to have a sit down with Ms. Ramirez in regards to what her philosophy idea is for the citizens of Brownsville. One of the things that I will state is, again, I'm hoping that she becomes more in tune with the normal citizens of Brownsville than what Noel Bernal uh, was, contrary to what it should have been. So we'll see. Very, very hopeful. Feo, Miss Castro. Yeah. My prayers to go out there to Sinaloa, Culiacan, Mazatlan. I've never been to Culiacan, but I hear it's really a very, very difficult situation. They did arrest the son of El Chapo, or Lisis, I can't remember his name. But one of the things that I heard was that part of the reasoning for him being arrested after he had already been let go was because of Biden's trip down there. I will say that I thought it was kind of on the trippy side that Biden finally did visit the border. Again, can't say that he hasn't been to the border. One of the things that I saw in a couple of pictures was how the individuals had gone in there and started to clean up the house right before Biden arrived. And what happens is that there's some stations out there who were saying like, "Well, they cleaned it up because Biden was going." And I go like, "Yeah, that's what usually happens." When the president or someone is going, you try to make sure that it's as clean as possible. So I didn't read that much into it. I'm pretty much convinced that Joe Biden, despite the fact that it appears to be on the senile side or getting there, you know, is aware of what's going on the border. Not sure. Like the show with Captain Bob. Yeah, let me say it was a humdinger of a show. Actually, I'd had a conversation with Captain Bob. I think I shared that this morning with Roman that we had reached. He reached out, called me in regards to his uh, podcast, his little live interviews that he's been having, and I'd seen a couple of them throughout the local social media because I am the king of local social media. So I did see a couple of them, and I thought, hey man, it's Captain Bob, and he has his niche, and let me say, he has his viewership. So I appreciate Captain Bob. Thank you, Captain Bob, for inviting Erasmo Castro to be on the show. I think it was a very, very successful show. If I'm not mistaken, I think it got many, many views out there. So hats off to Captain Bob, and congratulations on not only the podcast that he's doing, the show that he's doing, also some great food. Had some shrimp and fish. Thank you, Captain Bob, for inviting me lunch. That was one of the high points of my day today. Had lunch at Captain Bob's. It still has a little a smelly thingy, but great food. Right now, there's a lot of violence in Sinaloa. Well, more than usual, because of the cartel thing, because of the Chapo thing, Chapo Sun thing. I'm hoping that it all calms down in February better because I was going to be there. Susan Hermosa, good evening, good evening. Hope for the best, 100%. With Susan, with Han Ramirez, let's hope for the best. And again, offer our prayers, our support. And again, we serve her as she is serving us. Before I left, I went to visit El Chapo Escape House. Want to see it? Short video. Yeah, I actually, uh, was saw the hotel where he was arrested. I think that's the same one. Former Ramirez, 100%. 19 on YouTube. Press the like button, guys. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, do me a favor, click on that like button. I can't see the YouTube channel while at home, and I am doing this show from home. I believe in AMLO. I believe AMLO gives Chapito to Biden. Things will get very ugly again. Yeah, I don't think it would be a great idea for Chapito to be turned over to the United States. Leave him in Mexico. we've got enough individuals over here in our prisons that we need to be taken care of. So no, leave Chapito in Mexico. How is the signatures coming about for your mayoral campaign? Um, Not enough. But again, one of the things that I think that I've made mention, I really haven't been pushing them probably as strong as I could. And the only reason is because we cannot submit documentation in regards to intent for running till the 18th of January. That's when it starts. So we have time. But guys, if people have some time on their hands, stop by my office and sign my damn sheet. After seeing your participation in the Captain Bob Show, dare I ask, are you still running for mayor? Yeah. Yes, I am running for mayor. I think one of the things that someone asked me this morning after the show that I had with Roman was in regards to some of the comments that I made about Judge Carlos Cascos. Again, guys, one of the things about Erasmo Castro is just very, very transparent. I have absolutely nothing to hide. There's some aspects of my personal life that I keep very, very much to myself, but not for any other reason. It's just my thing. But let me say, I've been very, very open and frank in regards to my support for Carlos Cascos. I think Carlos Cascos is an amazing individual, amazing politician. So when Roman made mention this morning in regards to Carlos Cascos had thought about running for mayor of the city of Brownsville, I had had that conversation with Carlos Cascos, and I think that he was wanting to run for mayor of the city of Brownsville. Uh, I hope he continues to want to run for the mayor of the city of Brownsville. It'll be a great, great race. It does not mean that I would bow out of the race. I am committed to run for mayor of the city of Brownsville. That has not changed. That will not change. If Carlos Cascos would throw his hat in the ring, I think that'd be amazing because there'll be two of us on there. Who will be out there yelling at the top of our lungs in regards to what is deficient here in the city of Brownsville. As of right now, it is Erasmo Castro, Stanton, some girl that Captain Bob mentioned. And like I say this morning, well, I think I might have stated to Captain Bob, it's either going to be between Ben Neese and John Cowan. Uh, if if my if my what I'm hearing is correct, they are going to be running the slate. Nerith Golonsky, John Cowan, Ben Neese, and Linda Macias. That's the names that I heard all come together. If that is the case, guys, Linda Macias is planning to run for District 2. That's the word out there. Cathy Presas is planning to run for District 2. A friend of mine who I'd hoped would be running in District 2 is Jaime Diaz. And again, I honestly hope he decides to run. He was more leaning towards not running for District 2. One of the names that has been out there is in regards to Pat Ahumada running again. I think that Pat Ahumada would probably run for mayor instead of running for District 2 again, but District 2 could be an option for him. He does live in District 2. So it's going to be interesting. Mayoral candidates, again, it's going to be myself, Ben Neese, or John Cowan, one of those two. I don't think that Ben Neese and John Cowan would both run for the same position. And I make mention of that because they're running in a slate, as last I heard. And if that is the case, then they're going to have to ultimately decide amongst themselves which position they're going to run in. I have no plans of running in a slate. I have no plans of joining forces with anyone. With that said, this is one of the reasons why I again state if Carlos Castros wishes to enter the race, I'm all for it. It'd be great. Uh, great job as oh I'm not going to mention that. Someone just mentioned it to me that they're planning on thinking about running for District 2. Please, we need you to run for District 2. That'd be amazing. the individual that had sent me the message is an individual that is well versed in regards to a lot of the needs and necessities for the city of Brownsville. So that'd be a great, great plus. Uh, Captain Bob made mentioned that Arturo Trevino had been thinking about running for mayor. I've spoke to Arturo Trevino, and again, more power to Arturo Trevino. I'm hoping that Arturo Trevino does to decide to run for the mayor of the city of Brownsville. He's another one of those individuals that is again well versed in the issues here in the city of Brownsville. More power to him. The more the merrier, guys. William Garza supposedly is running for at large. William Garza is William Garza. Got to hear about this his sobriety. That's always a good thing for anyone. Yeah, um, yeah. That is one of the things that Captain Bob made mention, and very very proud about it. And I'm very very proud of Captain Bob. Uh, Again, what I stated on the show is very, very true. Captain Bob and myself, had a very minimal type of relationship before we ran for uh, mayor of the city of Brownsville. And let me say that he ran a pretty interesting race. I actually got slammed on one of the comments that he made while he was running, but I thought, hey man, it was all right. And let me say, out of that race, yeah, it was some time back. I actually had a great, great time. Uh, I became very good friends with Brenda Hoyas, who ran, and I thought it was a kind of cool little thing. The way that it turned out, it was Tony Martinez, Pat Ahumada, Erasmo Castro, Captain Bob, William Garza, and Brenda Hoyas. And that's the way that the numbers came out in that order. I came in third place, and it was my first race. That's actually one of the things that I most liked about it. That despite not having a lot of political knowledge, still came in third place. Captain Bob came in fourth, William Garza in fifth, and Brenda Hoyas in sixth. I think Captain Bob and Brenda Hoyas are the two individuals from all that group that I continue to be friends with, and I love them. And again, Captain Bob and myself have not always seen eye to eye. Again, there's a lot of things that I think Captain Bob has done that I've gone like, "Oh, Captain Bob," but I love Captain Bob. And again, I'm very, very sincere when I say that, and I will always love Captain Bob. Uh, I love his children. His children have always been very, very good to Erasmo Castro. And one of the things that I tend to do uh, is I don't dive into a lot of the family matters. But with Captain Bob, I'm very comfortable in saying that I love his children. His children have, and his older children. Yeah, he has four older children. His older children have always been very, very respectful to Erasmus, and that does says a lot. Very, very great kids. I love them. I actually probably have Robert on my phone, on my contact list. Great, great kids. And I've recently, maybe a couple of months back, 2 3 months back, had a conversation with their mother, the kid's mother, and she's doing well as well. So I love them all. The show with Bob, man, you're always good. Him, nah, God no. Captain Bob is Captain Bob, and let me say, like one of the things. Let me say this. I know that I've again, it's kind of hard to top an Erasmo Castro because I am well versed in regards to doing these shows. And again, one of the things that I've stated again when we started today, I was like on the. But once I start to get on a roll, and I appreciate y'all's comments because they keep me on that roll. Uh, I'm pretty good at this because I am the king of all local social media. But Captain Bob has his little niche, and again has viewership, which is I think is very very important, uh, and it's entertaining. So I would respect that. There's other individuals like Roman does a great job. I think the only thing that happens with Roman and Roman shows that he shoots himself in the foot too many times. So it's kind of interesting. Um, the other individual that has a show is Manny behind the mic. And look, Manny and I had parted ways for a little while. We're upset with each other. I was upset. He was upset. Both of us were upset. But let me say, Manny has his thing. Bam, I love Bam. I think Bam's amazing, but Manny has his little niche. He has an amazing voice. He's like, oh, and let me tell you, that's one of those. You'll never find another love like mine. And I just realized that I had the microphone all the way over there. It's going like, no one. Maybe my voice sounded kind of far away. But again, I love his voice, and I think that's just his very very little thing to do. Let me see. Do you know if Maribel Guardia will still be Mr. Amigo this year? I think that's the. I think that's her that was mentioned as going to be Mr. Amigo. One of the things, and this is one of the things that I probably need to ask, and say this with all respect, because part of part of the thing, guys, is that just don't care too much about the Mr. Amigos. They don't tickle my fancy. There again, nothing against these D-rated soap opera stars, guys. If I don't even know if that's what she is, I would rather the Mr. Amigo go to, someone in journalism, a student, someone that has achieved something that is very impressive. One of the individuals that I wanted to be Mr. Amigo was this student here in Matamoros that was classified by Wired magazine as the next Einstein, the genius. That would have been an amazing Mr. Amigo. It's my opinion. That's what I was asking. Yes, thank you. What about any of the commission seats? As of right now, I know that we've been talking and trying to encourage Susan to run for at-large position. So I'm hoping that Susan does. Again, Linda Macias was in that group that we were once in, and I hope Linda Macias runs for District Two. If she decides to run as a slate with, as Captain Bob says, Pink Eye and that group, that's her choice. I think it would be a mistake, but again, it's her choice and her mistake to make. Um, Not confirming or denying that that's the case. That's just what I've heard. Uh, Cati Presas is going to run for a District 2 commissioner. I love Cati Presas. I think Cati Presas is very vocal. And City Brownsville needs someone as vocal as Cati Presas. Again, with that said, Jaime Diaz, maybe, but probably not. And I love Jaime. So we'll see. In regards to the other races, I think District 2 race is probably one of the most intriguing ones because there will not be an incumbent in that race. With District 1, North Galaxy is probably going to continue to stay in District 1. And I think that Roman Perez is a little bit on the I want to run for District 1. One of the things that conversations, honestly, I didn't have this conversation with Mr. Commissioner Roy Las Chanclas, but one of the individuals that we know had picked up, well, had sort of picked up a packet, but really didn't, was his chief of staff, Brian Martinez, who was also interested in running for District 1. Again, more power to them, guys. I do not think it would be a great position for him to run in. And the only reason I say that is because he's already too involved in regards to all the other boards and committees out there. Plus, he works for Commissioner de los Chanclas. That way, we have two people seated at the table, actually in office, a slate. We'll see what happens. If Venice is reelected to office, our city should have a high light, no pun intended, again. Puff, puff, puff. Very high. If Captain Bob gets elected, it will be a fishy administration. I don't think Captain Bob is wanting to run for any position in the city of Brownsville, but sure would be a heck of a debate season, that for sure. Does that large mean people from all over the city can vote for that candidate? Yes. Anyone that resides in any one of the four districts can vote for at large A and mayor of the city of Brownsville. Good night. Good night. Oh. This is going to be an interesting race. As of right now, I have a friend who has stated that he's running. I don't think he's announced yet. Um, I don't know if he would mind that I out him, but I think his name. I think my friend Carlos Martinez might be interested in running for constable. I don't know if you want me to say that or not, but that's what I've heard. Um, I think Abel Gomez is planning to run for sheriff. Manny Trevino is planning to run for sheriff. Ronnie Sandra Sines is planning to run for sheriff as well. And I'm sure that Eric Garza will be running for reelection as sheriff here in Cameron County. Either they think that there's blood in the water, or that Eric Garza is cheap, is weak as as the sheriff, and probably as weak in himself as a candidate of seeking reelection. I don't think that that's the case. I think uh, Sheriff Eric Garza is very strong in regards to the political world here locally. Not be sure. Um, it's going to be an interesting race. I know for a fact, and Ben can correct me. Hey, Susan. Uh, I should have sent you a link. I think one of the things that is out there is that one of the things that is out there. Oh, crap. I can't get on. Sorry, Susan. I'll get you tomorrow. See if you come on. One of the things that has been out there in regards to uh, the constable race is that a lot of individuals that used to be under the watchful eye of Omar Lucio, non-existent, uh, were wanting to, switch sides and go for the race. So we'll see. What's up, Stud? How's it going? It's going good. Having a good time. Good night. Good night, Pedro. Voz estereofónica, la de Manny. He has a great voice. Erasmo Castro for Mr. Amigo. I should be Mr. Amigo. I have dual citizenship. Susan, I should have sent you a link. Sorry. I'll get you tomorrow. See if you're available. Um, we still got a lot of fight amongst us. And let me say, guys, one of the things that I think I shared last week after we had a little discussion in our group. Look, guys, I appreciate everyone out there that is vocal and is interested in holding uh, everyone out there feet to the fire. So, Susan, maybe I'll catch you tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll be available. I'm pretty sure Ms. Sandra Miz will take our town to the next level. It looks like she really wants the best for our community. I'm hopeful. I'll say that. I'm hopeful that that's the case. We'll see. Benny wins. I'm moving to Africa. That's where he supposedly got kidnapped. Make it easy. Forget everyone. Just vote for Erasmo Castro. Yeah, that'd be great. Eric Garza does not have open doors. He is very rude. Uh, I have not tried to have a conversation with Eric Garza, so I don't know how open door policy ish he is. Uh, I don't know. I don't think I've had the need to have a conversation with Eric Garza as of recent. So I honestly, I don't know. Hola, Arroyo. One of the things that I could always count on is Royal's always going to be there. Love you, Papa. What's up, King? Love you, Shooter. Erasmo for mayor. Let me say, guys, there's not going to be a better candidate for mayor of the city of Brownsville than Erasmo Castro. It's just the facts. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Love you. Celia Hermosa, good evening, good evening. Marcos Hermoso, good evening, good evening. I wish I had a drinky in my hand like you do in that picture of Marcus Aurelius, Anthony Aurelius. Guys, tomorrow school starts for students here in the city of Brownsville. And again, my prayers go out to all staff that is going back uh, on campus. Well, I think some of them already went back today, but to all our students as well. Stay safe. I hope you have a great year. Chilling chorro de ganas. Este, be good to your teachers, your counselors, and everyone out there, guys. They have a hard enough job as it is. Guys, be careful on the road. I think everyone starts to go crazy out there in the city of Brownsville with the extra traffic. I'm planning to get on the road as soon as possible just to avoid a lot of the people rushing to drop off their workers in the damn schools. Guys, drive safe. And I think for some reason, and the weather is getting a little bit more on the darker side. I don't know if it was going to rain or what the hell is going to happen. But be safe. Our kids need to be safe, and you need to be safe too. If you always vote for the same people this coming election, you shouldn't listen to them when they complain on your show. Um, yeah, I, sometimes Peter, it's just a lot easier said than done, and I plan to be here for the long haul. That's what I plan to do, and I will be here if I am running for a position, an elected position, and I will be here if I am not. What is it with these politicians that one helps them, they turn their backs on you? Will make sure next time with my people to say, hell no, bitches. Se les quite. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that does tend to happen sometimes. Let me say, I'll always be here with an elected position or without an elected position. I will be here. Guys, my 30 minutes are up, and I do 30 minutes when I'm by myself. Not much to say about what's going on in local politics. Guys, we need to get ready. Election season is coming around, and we need to get ready to start supporting some good candidates out there. Manny Trevino for sheriff, got to meet him in person. I said, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think Manny Trevino is going to be on the show sometime soon. I need to coordinate with his people, and we'll see what he's all about. He seems to be a nice individual. I think we've met before, so it'd be pretty cool to have to see what his philosophy is in regards to local law enforcement. Guys, have a great evening. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate everyone. Thank everyone that's on YouTube. Like the page if you don't mind. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll see if someone wants to come on with us. If not, it's just you and me. You'll always have me. That's for sure. Guys, have a great evening. Love y'all. I really do. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. If you still believe in all that crap, guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.